like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Millions of Americans right now still absorbing the news that thousands of student loan debt is gone. Thanks so much for joining us right here at 4 o'clock. I'm Shay McAllister. Americans across the country are looking into the new student loan debt relief plan to see how and if they apply. Here's a look at that plan again. If your income is less than $125,000 or $250,000 for households, they are offering up to $10,000 in debt cancellation and $20,000 for Pell Grant recipients. Plus, the student loan repayment pause has been extended until the end of this year. They'll start back up again in January of 2023. But there are still plenty of questions, including whether it will affect taxes moving forward, exactly who's going to get it. Isaiah Kim Martinez joins us now. Isaiah, I know you talked to some economists today. What'd you learn?
Well, Shay, we talked with UK professor. His name is Ken Trotsky. Obviously, economics is his bread and butter. He immediately put the price tag on the president's program at around $300 billion. Now, we fact-checked with some math of our own today based on the 20 million people the White House says will have their federal student debt completely wiped. For argument's sake, let's say 15 million of those people fall in the $10,000 forgiven range, and the other 5 million people say they're Pell Grant recipients and get up to $20,000 slashed as promised. That equates to a rough estimate of $250 billion, much higher than the $4 billion the White House told us will be coming in to offset those cancellations once repayments start back up in January. Now, Trotsky says this is where the federal government will have decisions to make.
The government, when they were counting on their finances, counted on getting that into their budget at some point when these people paid it back. Somehow I've got to find that money that was coming back to me in some other way.
And so, of course, there's concern from some whether this will increase taxes. Trotsky says while it's a possibility, there's no way to predict what Congress will do to cover this down the line.
All right, Isaiah, so we also know there's some questions about which group exactly that this will impact. What did you learn about that?
Well, Shay, we know millions of Pell Grant recipients will benefit from this. That is, of course, a federal scholarship given to students who apply to college under significant financial hardship. But Trotsky tells me for others not in this category, the salary requirement may not necessarily target those hit hardest during the pandemic. He says the income threshold will still include many seeking doctorates and law degrees early in their careers who will go on to be wealthy. He believes tying the program to FAFSA and parent household income might have been a more accurate measure for those most in need.
The fact that the student loan is going to slow them down than someone who didn't have to take out a student loan is not the right comparison. It's the comparison to what would have happened to them had they not gone to college and taken out a student loans.
And regardless, millions are set to get at least some relief through this initiative. The White House says those who sign up for alerts online will start to get notified on the next steps in the coming weeks. A senior spokesperson says results are expected to show around the same time as repayments resume at the start of 2023.
All right, Isaiah, so many people wondering about this. Thanks for getting some answers today.
No problem.